Hello! What's up? What's going on? Welcome to another exciting evening of Roar Stream here on the fantastic, that's fucking broken, never mind, here in the Kitty Theater, where we will be doing some flight learning today. We'll be doing some flight learning how to fly. It's going to be super exciting, probably not, but it's something that needs to be done, and I am looking forward to do it. Let's get upstairs. Kitty, I just got a notification on my phone that says we have pictures available for PhotoPass, but we need help figuring out which ones are ours. Hold on, I can't. That's not us. Oh, I think that's our children. I'll take care of that later. You can't see what I'm doing, so that's not very good, interesting things to look at. Let's play Wordle instead. Anyways, we apparently got some pictures that we're not going to buy, but if you're interested in seeing them, we'll take a stab at that. Let's start with what's something that's picture related. Paper. Paper. That's going to be our word. Terrible word, but that's okay. We've established what things aren't. How about 8? 8's gonna be our second word. Sucks. How about mend? Is men's a good word? Let's try that. All right, we figured out where the E was. That doesn't really help us a lot. How about belly? Could it be belly? Whoa! It's gotta be jelly, right? Now that's what I'm talking about. Woo! Alright, hold on. Let me send that off on the old family channel. How did I go with how did I go with excuse me, belly? Weird options available. Let me paste this. There you go. And I have a New York Times advertisement. Continue to Wordle, please. There we go. Hold on. See your stats. Is it always fun to get the notification slightly before hearing it, kitty? There you go. All right. That's super exciting. Let's get into the learning portion of the stream. I can't promise that this will be intensely exciting. Woo! Welcome to Epcot. There we go. How about right there? We'll take a stab at audio balance later, but this game tends to lean towards very fucking loud, so we'll figure out how things are. I'm gonna do a random sound effect.
Oh, I just came to see why my doorknob's covered.
That one's always quiet.
And then I saw you, and I connected the two.
I'm gonna do another one.
Don't you feel ridiculous now?
That's a good start. How was my day, kitty? I had a fantastic day. We went to Epcot today, and it was wonderful. We'll talk a little bit about it during flight training. Our most important job here at the International Space Training Center is flight training, where we learn fundamental skills and techniques to fly like a pilot. I have been wanting to play this game ever since it came out, but because my old computer sucked what we call NADs, I wasn't able to play this game with any degree. Calm down. With any degree of like actual proper FPS. In fact, I don't even think the damn thing ever loaded. So today, we're going to learn how to play. We're going to do some flight training and learn how to actually run. Music is loud. I turned it down a little bit. Is it still loud? I might need to turn down the actual music itself, because I think we'll need actual sound effects. Here's a music knob. There you go. Because I'm going to turn... Alright. How's that? Is that better? That feels like it's better. I'm going to do a random sound effect.
No! I want to hear how this ends, then tell her my dream.
Sounds good. Apply and save. Alright, let me know how that is. I can still adjust things as need be. Good. Excellent. Let's do flight training. The basic steps to handle an aircraft. I already did this. I already did a little bit of it. I'm going to do a little bit of it again because I did this like a long time ago. Music seems to be creeping up. I turned it down a little bit again. Introduction. We're going to start. We're going to do this. In this first lesson, we'll focus on the basic simulator controls that will help you manipulate your aircraft. Adjust camera position, both inside and outside the cockpit. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Opening the toolbar menu, interacting with the camera bar, operating the cursor. Excellent. We're going to learn how we're going to learn how to use the screen. I'm going to be using a controller primarily because apparently I'm going to be playing this as a casual. I want to be able to fly around. I want to be able to just have fun, I guess. I don't want to like I don't want to be one of those people who go on and do actual call signs with like actual people role playing to be a flight control simulator. I don't want to do any of that shit. I want to play. I want to fly around the Grand Canyon. I want to maybe do some shuttle runs. This is the worst channel I've ever made. This channel down there is so bad. Let's start learn how to fly.
Welcome to Sedona. I'm Captain Mike
Sedona?
Barnes, and I'll be your instructor. For this lesson, we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts. Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies.
I want to
This is
fly.
your plane, a classic, the Cessna 152. Take a look around it. In the simulator, anytime you want, you can easily switch to cursor mode.
Okay. I did. Greg? How do I... I'm looking around. I don't know how to get back into that. Can I just like start the airplane? Okay, I might...
The cursor is handy for interacting with menus and cockpit controls or instruments.
You didn't say to
As
use
you can
that.
see, activating the cursor also displays the toolbar.
I
The
u-
toolbar is a quick access menu that allows you to control various
You didn't say
aspects
to
of
use the
simulation.
cursor.
Try to find and open the basic controls panel.
Try to find the controls panel. Basic controls.
The basic controls panel is a useful reminder of the button layout for the devices you're currently using. Now try to find and open the camera panel in the toolbar.
The camera panel in the toolbar. Excellent. So this is how we use our plane with the controller, which is what I will be using. Here's what I don't understand. Flaps. Am I dumb because I don't know how flaps work? Flaps seem confusing to me. What did it want me to find? The weather? No. The
The
camera.
camera panel allows you to access the various views and camera modes of the simulation. Go ahead and close all the panels for now. Right now, we are in the external view mode. Let's switch to cockpit view next. In front of you is the yoke, the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In the simulation, you'll be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice. So let's hide the yoke for now.
Okay. How do I do that? Oh, I gotta click on it, don't I? Yeah, so I gotta click on the yoke. Oh, God. Set yoke visibility.
Some instruments
There we go.
allow multiple interactions. For example, rotating a dial clockwise or counterclockwise. In these cases, you need to lock the cursor onto them in order to interact. For example, take a look at the clock in the middle of the dashboard. Go ahead and lock the cursor on it.
Okay. How do I... Oh, my God. It's like there seems... Oh, there we go. There seems to be only specific places where you
Now
can
change the
actually
clock
click
time.
on things. Now, change the clock time. How do I do that? Adjust clock.
You can unlock the cursor once you're ready.
Why would I... Okay.
From now on, we're done with the cursor, so go ahead and hide it. All right. As we've seen, when you want to look around you, it's easy to rotate the camera. But you can also move it freely in the cockpit to get a better view of anything you want to see, even through a window to look outside.
So, are you telling me... Hold on, narrator. Are you telling me there's an option on the dashboard where we can manually set the clock to a different time? It's that specific. I guess that makes sense. Like, this needs to be a proper simulator. What was it looking for? Oh, leave the dashboard, maybe? I don't remember what he wanted. I don't remember what you wanted. shit. What did you want? Is there like a previous narration button? Hold on, it's too quiet. Let's put in some Animal Crossing. There we go. Until we get some music back. Where is the actual narration? Where did he go? What does he want? I need to just ram buttons. What did you want? I don't remember what you wanted. Do I just need to screw with things? I'm just gonna push all the buttons. Don't think I won't. Like, seriously, I don't remember what he wanted me to do. And I feel like there should be an option to see what he wanted me to do, right? Like, I don't want to have to restart because I didn't... What do you want? I'm screwing with all the things. There's nothing I could screw with more. Do not open window above 143 knots. Okay, I won't. Like, there's literally... Okay. Restart me? I really don't want to have to restart, but that's... We're not that far into it, so whatever. We'll pay attention to him this time.
Welcome to Sedona.
Uh-huh.
I'm Captain Mike Barnes. And
Mike. Mike's your name.
For this lesson, we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts. Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies. This is your plane, a classic, the Cessna 152. Take a look around it.
Uh-huh.
In the simulator, anytime you want, you can easily switch to cursor mode. The cursor is handy for interacting with menus and cockpit controls or instruments. As you can see, activating the cursor also displays the toolbar. The toolbar is a quick access menu that allows you to control various aspects of the simulation.
Yep, I've done all of these things.
Find and open the basic controls panel.
Did it?
The basic controls panel is a useful reminder of the button layout for the devices you're currently using. Now try to find and open the camera panel in the toolbar. The camera panel allows you to access the various views and camera modes of the simulation. Go ahead and close all the panels for now.
Got it.
Right now, we are in the external view mode. Let's switch to cockpit view next.
Cockpit it is. Cool, that button doesn't seem
In front
to...
of you
Oh, I
is
was
the
because I
yoke,
was in showcase, that's
the
right.
primary means of controlling the aircraft.
Alright, I gotta pay
In
attention
the
to him now.
simulation, you'll be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice. So let's hide the yoke for now. Some instruments allow multiple interactions. For example, rotating a dial clockwise or counterclockwise. In these cases, you need to lock the cursor onto them in order to interact.
Alright, this is where we got
For
stuck
example,
last time.
take a look at the
Immediately.
clock in the middle of the dashboard. Go ahead and lock the cursor on it.
Uh-huh.
Now change the clock time.
Doing it.
You can unlock the cursor once you're ready. From
Okay.
now on, we're done with the cursor, so go ahead and hide it.
How?
All right. As we've seen, when you want to look around you, it's easy to rotate the camera. But you can
I
also
just had
move
to
it freely
stop.
in the cockpit to get a better view of anything you want to see. Even through a window to look outside.
Actually, no, wait. Even through a window to look outside.
Pro tip. Once you find a camera position you like, you can save a shortcut to easily get
Oh. Okay. Cool. Now what? It's
Pro
a...
tip. Once you find a camera position you like, you can save a shortcut to easily get back to that view anytime.
This seems buggy. Yeah, okay. So what? Do you want me to find... How do I do that? It said pro tip, once I find a place, it will work.
Pro tip. Once you find a camera position you like, you can save a shortcut to easily get back to that view anytime.
How? Smart cam targets, no. Quick view, no. There is not an option for that. Why does the tutorial suck so bad? You want people to play your game, don't you?
Pro tip. Once you find a camera position you like, you can save a shortcut to easily get back to that view anytime.
How? Do I have to like hit 1, control 1? Okay, control 1 doesn't do that. Where's, okay, do I have to go to general options? Control, there's not an easy option for this. This sucks. Okay, you know what we're going to do? I'll figure that out later. We're going to go back to the main menu, and we're going to go to the next lesson. I want to do one where we can actually, you know, start to learn how to use the airplane. On the plus side, I had already apparently done that at some point. So I already have the A+ on that. That's a nice Ro TV. I'm giving that to Captain Mike. Captain Mike gets that Ro TV. This is a big old message to Captain Mike over here. British baking show. Did I hear like the very last one was happening, or just the last one of the season?
In this case, a Cessna 152. Along the way, we'll cover a few commands to navigate through the skies.
Look at that bus.
In front of you is the yoke. Think of the yoke like a steering wheel.
Uh-huh.
Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns. Take a look at the trailing edge of the wing while you're turning the yoke, and you can see how it controls the ailerons. Okay.
Okay, fun's over.
What makes the yoke different from your typical steering wheel is that you can pull or push on it. This controls the elevator at the back of the
this is going to be a
make it
Try
climb or
Guys
descend.
level of
Look at the horizontal tail while you pull on the yoke. You can see the movement of the elevator.
Whee.
Nice.
Nice.
At your
Honestly,
feet, you'll
I'll just
find the
be
rudder
happy to
pedals.
get out of
On
the
ground,
tutorial at this
they'll help you
point.
steer the aircraft. The upper part of the pedals are also your brakes. In flight, they move the rudder on the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. That's mainly for small adjustments, to coordinate your turns or compensate for a plane's left-leaning tendencies during takeoff and climb. Look at the vertical stabilizer while operating the pedals to see their effect on the rudder.
How do I use the pedals? These? I don't know what you want. Oh, that?
Nicely done.
There we go.
Next up, located near the center of your cockpit, is the throttle. Push forward to increase the power. Pull back to decrease it. Look at the throttle and select it. Keep it selected and push it forward to increase power.
I did it. I did it, Mike.
Power is
This is what I'm doing to
now
Mike's
pull it
mom.
back to decrease power.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Power is decreased. Now we'll do the same without focusing on it. Deselect the throttle.
Okay.
Look away from the throttle and increase power.
I think it's that button. I don't... There we
Set
go.
throttle to idle. Great job.
It's
When
basically
the engine is on,
make
any change in power will be
airplane
reflected on
go
the
or
RPM
make
indicator.
airplane not go. Also, hi Glorp, how you
Check
doing?
it out on the right side of the dashboard.
What am I looking at?
This tells you how fast the engine is spinning in hundreds of revolutions per minute.
Uh-huh.
To see your speed, look for the airspeed indicator. It's on the left side of the main instrument panel.
I mean, that's cool and
It
all.
measures the speed in knots. For an altitude reading, check your altimeter. It's located on the right side of the main instrument panel.
That's cool and all, but I'm probably
altimeter has
just
three
going to
hands,
look at the
similar
thing
to
on
a
the
clock.
side of the
The long,
screen.
thick pointer indicates 100-foot intervals. The short, thick one is 1,000-foot intervals. And the long, thin one, 10,000-foot intervals. And with that, we're done here.
Oh, shit.
In our next lesson, though, you'll get to see how it all feels in the air.
I'm not sure why I thought this wasn't going to actually try to teach me to fly. In my head, I was thinking, oh, this is going to teach me how to use my Xbox and make things work. This is a real simulator. This is going to try to teach me how to actually fly. I'm not sure why that surprises me. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting. I could probably... And this, hold on. I just want to fly the plane. I don't need to know the cockpit. I don't need to know the cockpit. Knowing how to fly the plane is important. But I do, that said, I do fully understand and appreciate it being here for the people who need it. You know what I mean? Are we in the air finally? Excellent.
Welcome to the skies.
The instructor is currently flying.
Hell of a view, isn't it? Let's begin our time together going over some basic controls. Starting with your eyes. Get familiar with your surroundings.
Get comfortable.
Take a look out your side windows. Visibility is optimal today.
Is that me? Is that me? Oh wait, I have to look out my side window. I'm doing it. What did he want? He wanted me to look out my side windows. Okay, there's gotta be like a history option, right? For things you may have forgotten he had said. There must be. We're just gonna end up going around in circles around Sedona. Look out your side window. Is there an option for that? Maybe I'll just push all the buttons.
Okay.
I did it! Yay! I pushed all the buttons!
We already talked about basic controls while we were on the ground. Time to see how it all feels in the air. We're currently set to a cruise attitude, the position your aircraft should be in for regular flight. Now let's try making a turn with a gentle yoke movement.
I got
I'll
a
show you what
gentle
I'm
yoke
talking
for you. Oh, let him go!
As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
This is beautiful. Why did it choose Sedona? Probably because it's beautiful.
Try banking to the right.
Me?
You have controls.
Ah! You want to fix this, Mike? Oh shit! Ah! The music! Oh my god! Why did you let me do that? You didn't just want to take control for... Oh my god. Why? Holy shit. Oh, do I have to start over? Well, he actually just... Oh my god. Okay.
View, isn't it?
I'll be careful this time.
Begin our time together going over some basic controls.
I kind of... Okay.
Starting with your eyes. Get familiar with your surroundings.
I know...
Take a look out your side windows. Visibility is optimal today.
Uh-huh. I know that I fucked up there. I'm aware of the fact that that was on me. But part of this whole experience is to see how this would be tutorial-wise for somebody wanting to learn how to fly. Okay, maybe it wasn't anything to do with pushing the buttons. Maybe it was just we have to wait until a certain point. That's kind of neat. The fact that it let me do that. The second... The second it gives me controls, it lets me do a wild swing to the right. Why? If... Just
okay, let's move on.
Imagine somebody learning to drive and then they just slam on the gas.
We already talked about basic
Yes, we
controls
did,
while we were
Mike.
on the ground.
Holy
Time to
shit.
see how it all feels in the air.
Had I known
We're currently set to a cruise attitude.
that it would have reset
position
the
your aircraft
entire
should be in
thing,
for regular flight.
we wouldn't have done that.
Now let's try making a turn with a gentle yoke movement.
You did say
I'll show you
gentle.
what I'm talking about.
We'll be a bit more careful this time. Interaction disabled while the instructor is running the aircraft. So where is... Are you in here?
As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
That puts an added level of stress if I know I could kill all of us.
Try banking to the right.
Uh-huh.
You have controls. Turn right toward the city of Sedona.
I don't... Where do you see the degrees? I think it's on the platform, on the console. There's Sedona down there. It's hard to tell. Like, I think it's over here. Like, you know, see next to the 466. I had...
Stop.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
As we're flying towards Sedona, let's try climbing up and down. Gently pull back on the yoke to climb. Give it a try.
I'm not gonna fly it to space this time. I might need to turn
That'll work.
down the sensitivity. Is that an option? Can I turn down the sensitivity? Hold on, where are the controls? Controls option. Sensitivity, thank you. Jesus, let me turn that down just a wee bit. Enter a new mouse profile. I'll do it on that one if that's cool with you. Apply and save. There we go.
For the descent, it's the same principle, except you're pushing on the yoke. Have a go at it.
What peripheral am I
Gently hitch
using?
down.
I'm using a Amazon 360 controller that works surprisingly well. Also hybrid. He said not to turn
job.
more than 30 degrees. Yeah, well, I did
Remember
kill
where the airport
myself
is?
about
Look
5
around to
minutes
find it
ago.
again, then turn us in the right direction.
Remember where the airport is? Turn around to find it again? I don't remember where the damn airport is. Anyone see an airport? Is that the airport? I don't see the airport. Oh god, oh god. I forgot that I can't be fucking around. Hey, I found the airport! Fucking around helped! How large a craft can you fly in this game? I'm pretty sure you can fly up to a jet, right? Ooh, I'm still... I don't know why, but the adrenaline...
Keep your control action nice and smooth.
Yeah, I'm working on it, champ. But the adrenaline from before is still cycling through me.
The next step is to go deeper into handling and techniques. Soon enough, you'll be able to enjoy trips all on your own.
That was a trip, buddy. We got a B? What do you mean we got a B? Is it because I killed myself? That doesn't seem fair. What happened? Camera controls. Use the quick cam and quick view and smart cam. Just quickly assess your environment. How about you suck my ass? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that, Captain Mike? Have you thought about tasting the flesh of my rump? Attitude refers to the aircraft's nose position relative to the horizon. Let's learn that in flight, because that sounds like nerd talk to me. I'm pretty sure we could fly up to like full-size jets, Kitty, but I'm pretty sure it's going to start us with some Cessnas. I'm a little upset with the amount of DLC this game has. It feels a little wild to me. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm an old dog, but when you buy a game, you should have...
To help demonstrate pitch, I've drawn 3 lines on the windshield.
You did what?
Notice how the middle line matches the horizon while we're flying level.
Uh-huh.
This is the cruise attitude. The lower dotted line is the climb attitude. And the upper one is the descent attitude. Let's dig deeper into what that means. Pull back gently on the yoke until the climb attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude.
Alright. So this matches the horizon. And maintain this.
On your altimeter, you can see you're gaining altitude. However, you're losing airspeed. Not a sustainable situation.
Oh, shit.
Great job. All right, level back out.
Can I just keep these bars on forever?
And our altitude is stable.
These bars rule.
All right. Push gently on the yoke until the descent attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude. With a nose down attitude, it's no surprise altitude is decreasing and speed is on the rise.
Boom!
Got your aircraft in a dangerous spot.
Oh, now you save me?
Push gently on the yoke until the descent attitude line matches the horizon.
Where were you last time?
With a nose down attitude, it's no surprise altitude is decreasing and speed is on the rise.
Uh-huh.
Nicely done. Why don't you bring us back to level flight?
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do that. It's still...
There you go. Speed is decreasing, altitude is stable.
You let me kill us both. You let me kill us both, Captain.
Try to make only small adjustments to your pitch to avoid overcorrection.
We got a B on that one. I have no qualms about what grade I get. You know, C's get degrees. I'm not here to get a airline, you know, I'm not here to learn how to fly a real plane. I just want to learn how the best way to fly in this video game is, and also to get some achievements. Have you done a lot of flying yet, Brad? I feel like I've probably asked you this in the past, so apologies. But I pretend I've never asked you before.
For this lesson, we're going to use a line drawn in the windshield.
Okay, we've just started, so this is the time to see what my boundaries are of how much I can fuck up. So first things first, barrel roll.
Indicate the cruise attitude. I've also added another dotted line to help you bank properly.
Can I ever recover this? Can I recover this? Nope. All right. I wanted to see what my level of how much I could screw up. The answer is completely. I can kill all of us. Good to know. Good to know what the parameters are before we get too far.
We're going to use a line drawn on the windshield to indicate the cruise attitude. I've also added another dotted line to help you bank properly for left turns.
Please stop drawing on my windshield.
Gently move the yoke to the left until the dotted line matches up with the horizon. Then maintain that bank.
Wait.
Keep your control action
I'm
nice and
confused.
smooth. Gently move the yoke
Oh,
to the
I
left
see. I see.
until
I
the
see.
dotted line matches up with the horizon. Then maintain that bank.
I saw what it wanted after a minute. I really love that, you know, I gave it some shit about coming to Sedona, but I really love that we're out here. This is actually like a beautiful area.
Great job. Go ahead and level us back out. All right.
I think we can learn to fly helicopters too.
For the next step, turning to the right, let's see how you do on your own without any markings.
Oh, I think I can
On your
handle it
attitude
just
indicator,
fine.
You'll find a series of notches along the top. Each notch represents 10 degrees. As a general rule, you should always aim to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
All right.
Start banking right until you're lined up with the second notch to the right of the attitude indicator. Maintain that 20-degree bank while remaining at the same altitude.
Am I doing it? I don't know if I'm doing it.
Keep working on it. You'll get better. Keep working to maintain a constant altitude during the turn.
I'm going to take that as a no. I don't think Mike has a lot of faith in us. I leveled us. I leveled us, jackass.
Nicely done.
Uh-huh. Keep working on it.
Small
You'll get better.
corrections on the yoke will lead to more accurate turns.
That was still a B. That was still a B. What are you talking about? We're fine. What else do we got? Power settings. The basics of power management. I'm going to go ahead and skip the basics of power management for now. Because I feel like I don't need to know that one. We might need to know it to... Oh my god, that's a bright Roar TV. We might need to know it to finish up the round, like to finish up the whole test, but I have a feeling that's something that that rookie pilots need to know, and we're not here to learn that sort of thing.
In this lesson, let's take a look at the relationship between attitudes and power settings. Attitude plus power equals performance. We're currently at 5,500 feet in a cruise attitude. The aircraft's nose is positioned under the horizon, and cruise power is at 2,300 RPM.
Yep, it sure is.
Try to reduce power to 2,000 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet.
Okay, how do I do that?
That's okay.
Thanks.
You probably noticed, to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up.
He's
You
so
could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control. The optimal approach is to adjust your trim wheel until you no longer need to push or pull on the yoke.
My
Drag
what
the
now?
trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down.
Oh, is that what the trim
Try
does?
adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle.
don't know if that did anything.
You got your aircraft in a dangerous spot.
Oh, it was fine.
You probably noticed, to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up. You could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control. The optimal approach is to adjust your trim wheel until you no longer need to push or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down.
Let's drag it.
Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle.
We want to drag it up. I don't know if that did it. Did we do it? Feels like we're doing it.
You got your aircraft in a dangerous spot. You probably noticed. To
What is
maintain
my
altitude, you need to pitch the nose up. You could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control.
I have to pull my...
The optimal approach is to adjust your trim wheel until you no longer need to push or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down. Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle.
We're not at 5,500 feet.
That'll work.
Is it? Will it? How?
You need to be higher.
You know what? You're the first smart thing you've said all day.
You need to be higher.
There we go. We're
You
getting...
need to be higher.
I'm working on it.
Increase power to 2,300 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet. Get us back to a cruise attitude. You got your aircraft in a dangerous
Okay.
spot.
We might need... Okay. I appreciate what you're doing here, boss, but that's not what I need to learn. I appreciate the fact that you exist, but we're going to go ahead and skip that because that's not what I need to learn. This is what I need to learn. Taxiing, takeoff, landing, downwind, all that. I should have just skipped that first whole section. Where am I? I'm still in Sedona. Can I go somewhere that isn't Sedona? I guess not. I didn't need to learn all that dumb crap. What monster is that down there? What monstrosity is lumbering down at the bottom of the stream, avatars? You are enormous.
Let's take a moment to talk about taxiing. Taxiing means moving the aircraft on the ground under its own power. In particular, getting from the ramp out to the hold short point on the edge of the runway.
Okay.
Steering on the ground is managed through the rudder pedals. That's right. Unlike driving a car, we turn by using our feet. Okay, ready? With the throttle idle, release your parking brake.
How do I do that? Up, check.
Okay. Now gently increase throttle to get the aircraft moving. All right. Use your rudder pedal to turn left and enter the taxiway. As you increase power, watch the tachometer and make sure to stay around 1,000 RPM.
Where is that? I don't see the tachometer. Huh. I don't see where the tachometer is. I hope it's not going to judge me on style. We're just going to get there.
Now test the brakes.
Uh-huh. Where's my brakes? Do
Good.
I have brakes?
Brakes checked.
Okay, never mind.
Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us? Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway.
This is probably way too
Keep an eye on your
fast.
speed.
Way. Go, stop! Where's my stop button? Ah!
Speed. Unfortunately, one of your wheels crossed out of the taxi.
Oh, the hell you say?
Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop.
That was a polite way of
Control your
saying.
speed with throttle and brakes.
That was a polite way of
See the
saying
crossing
you
in front of us?
blew past
Stop
the
before it,
exit.
as if traffic was coming off the runway.
I blew past the exit again.
Unfortunately, one of your wheels crossed out of the taxiway.
Okay, I need
Taxi
to
to the next exit.
I need to handle this not like a
Remember
car.
to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us? Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway. Keep an eye on your speed.
What the hell is the brake
Unfortunately,
button?
one of your wheels crossed out of the taxiway.
There's landing brakes.
Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to
Brake
control
is
your
X.
speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us? Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway.
Okay, I see what I'm doing wrong. Got it.
Unfortunately,
Shut
one
up,
of your wheels crossed out of
Captain
the taxiway.
Mark.
All right, taxi to holding point Alpha 1 next. It's at the far end of the airport, near the head of runway 21.
I give up
Stay as close as possible
trying
to
to
the taxiway
understand what he's
center,
talking
marked
about.
by the yellow line, and watch your speed.
Is my brake on? Is my parking brake on? Have a newfound appreciation for pilots. Well, I'm assuming pilots...
Keep an eye on your speed.
Shut up. I'm assuming pilots don't, you know,
Keep an eye on your speed.
half-ass the learning instruction and piss around the entire time and try and buckle an entire
Keep an eye on your speed.
an entire lesson's worth of learning into a 2-hour
After
session.
the right turn, come to a stop before the hold short point in prep for takeoff. Keep an eye on your speed. Unfortunately, one of your wheels crossed out of the taxiway.
All right, we'll do
All
this
right,
safely.
Taxi to holding point Alpha 1 next. It's at the far end of the airport, near the head of runway 21. Stay as close as possible to the taxiway center, marked by the yellow line, and watch your speed.
Keep an eye on your speed. I think he said something about the tachometer or the engine going to be like 1,000, which I think I was way too high before.
Keep an eye on your speed.
Pilots spend a lot of time and money and, you know.
After the right turn, come to a stop before the hold short point in prep for takeoff.
Wrong
Good
button,
taxi.
wrong button, wrong button,
The
wrong
next
button.
challenge will be to keep the aircraft under control while at full throttle for takeoff.
That is a bad score. We did not do well. Takeoff time. This is kind of what I've been wanting to do for an hour now. So let's do that. Remember to always check the approach path for checking for traffic for entering a runway. Always make sure a plane isn't coming at your plane is a good strategy. We're actually going to take off from Sedona. I've never flown into Sedona. It's one of those airports that, like, it exists.
No matter how many hours I've logged, takeoff still puts a smile on my face. Taking off is not especially difficult, if you remember a few basic principles. First, whenever possible, take off into the wind. This won't be an issue on a calm day like today. Second, before you enter a runway, always make sure it's clear. Check to the right to see if a vehicle is on the runway, and to the left to make sure no other planes are approaching.
Looks good.
All right. No cross traffic to contend with. You're clear to taxi. Now slowly taxi onto the runway and align the plane with the center line. Then stop your plane just after the number 21.
Maybe I should have just been in the cockpit. This would have made things a lot easier. Being outside of the cockpit makes it feel a lot more like a video game. Also, can I turn down the throttle here? Wrong button. What are you doing? What are you doing? That is... okay. These buttons are not super conducive here. Just come to a stop, please. Oh, now you don't want to put me back? Fine. Every single other time he's been... you've taken 3 steps off of the runway. It's time to go. It's time to go back.
Takeoff still puts a smile on my face. Taking off is not especially difficult, if you remember a few basic principles. First, whenever possible, take off into the wind. This won't be an issue on a calm day like today. Second, before you enter a runway, always make sure it's clear.
Looks clear to me.
Check to the right to see if a vehicle is on the runway, and to the left to make sure no other planes are. Next time, watch the runway and the approach.
I did.
Now slowly taxi onto the runway and align the plane with the center line.
Is this close enough?
Great job. All right, you're clear for takeoff.
I'm going to end up being the
Apply
pissy
full power,
problem
and I'll
child
step
for
you through
Mark.
the process.
Or Mike, or whatever the captain's name is.
Try to stay on the center line using your rudder. Continue pushing power until you reach 55 knots.
I don't know where knots are.
Good. Now pull back gently on the yoke.
Wow. We actually took off.
Pull back. You've traveled a bit too far down the runway. I'll move the plane back into position.
I was flying.
Takeoff. Apply full power, and I'll step you through the process.
I'm sorry, was I not flying?
Try to stay on the center line using your rudder. Continue pushing power until you reach 55 knots.
I'm pretty sure I was flying.
Good. Now pull back gently on the yoke.
You pulled a little off the runway, and now that you're in the air.
Pull back on the yoke to take off.
I did.
That's it. You're airborne.
Looky there.
Line up the top of your instrument panel so it's a couple of inches above the horizon. That'll pitch us up and set a good climb attitude. Focus on flying straight. Use your rudder to keep the runway heading of 210 degrees.
I don't know where that is.
If you maintain 75 knots, you'll reach the target altitude of 5,500 feet in no time.
5,500 feet. Got it. Look how pretty this all looks. Listen to the engine's complaining at us because we're not doing it right. We need to climb a little slower.
Okay, 5,500 feet. You've reached your target altitude.
Your plane's whining at you. How did I get a B? I got a warning engine. I got a warning notice. That's wild that I got a B on that. Dead stick landing. Oh, am I doing landings now? Hold on. Let's we need to take a quick break. We got to do the Twitch thing. I will be back in 3 minutes, and we will start working on landings. Be right back. All right. Let's do some landing. Oh, goodness. Make sure we follow the Tron line to get down to the Sedona Airport. To land, the airspeed, and the... Okay. I didn't need to read that.
For this landing exercise, I want you to focus on the yoke only.
Okay.
We're close enough to the runway to land safely without adding any throttle. Maintain a speed of around 65 knots. Pitch down if you're going too slow. Pitch up if you're too fast.
I feel like I need to be able to see that a little better. 65 knots. I'm still staying at 65 knots. I'm a little off of the airport.
Keep your airspeed at 65 knots. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. To flare means to raise the nose of the aircraft to slow your descent for a softer landing, but without ever leveling off or climbing. The main landing gear should touch down before the nose wheel does.
I feel like he didn't mention that I need to start descending. Like, I wasn't descending towards the runway at any point. I feel like I'm having to,
We're coming up on flare height. Resist the temptation to pull back.
Hold on. I feel like
Now
I...
focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
Coming a bit too hot.
There you go. Now, apply the brakes to slow down and bring the aircraft to a stop. That was pretty good, even if it wasn't perfect.
You know,
Keep in mind that approaching the runway at the right speed is key for a good landing.
I feel like I need to give you a few lessons about training. Number 1, shut up. Number 2, I don't remember you ever saying that I was supposed to go anywhere near the runway. You said only focus on the yoke. You didn't say start descending. That's part of the lesson, jacksack. Landing without elevator. Focus on throttle for a smooth ascent. Manage glide path. Okay, okay. Is this just learn to land? Got it. This is pretty good, even if it wasn't perfect. Piece of shit. Piece of shit, suck my ass.
In this landing exercise, I want you to focus on staying on the glide path using the throttle only.
Where's the glide
Smooth
path?
action on the throttle is key for remaining on the correct glide path. If you find yourself too
What's a
high,
glide
reduce
path?
your power. If you're too low, increase it. Remember though, always make small corrections. You don't want to overcompensate.
I feel like... Oh, I can't see... I need to focus on just using the engine, or just using the throttle, he said. Why would you take away my ability to use the nose? Like, now we're so screwed. We're gonna die.
Now you can use the elevator to land.
Oh, may I? May I, Daddy? What the fuck? What's happening? Oh, thank you for unlocking the rudder, Poppy. Good job. Oh, I want to say so many things to your supervisor. Oh.
Reduce throttle to idle.
Reduce my
Now focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. There you go. Now, apply the brakes to slow down and bring the aircraft to a stop.
That went okay. That went a little better.
Not perfect, but it'll work.
I'll take it. That one was almost 8. That one was like considerably better. All right. Combine throttle and yoke to land safely. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Don't overdo it and balloon, though. I think what'll probably end up happening is we'll finish as many of these tutorials as feel like as entertaining, or until the night ends, and then maybe tomorrow we'll actually do some proper flying.
My first instructor used to say, the best part of flying is landing in one piece. For this lesson, you will be called on to bring us in for a safe landing.
What's
You're
beeping?
already set up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 10 degrees of flaps and idle power. Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare.
All right. The best kind of the best the best. It started out as a joke, but I am actually having trouble finishing this sentence. The best landing you can do is the one you walk away from. That's the one. That's the joke. Although it's not really a joke, is it? It really gives you. You're right, though, Kitty. It does give you a lot of appreciation for pilots, because I'm like, my goodness, this is a lot of pressure. One piece. Ah, I get it. Instructor's like, you gonna go towards the runway at any point? Are you just gonna fly to the Grand Canyon? Also, I'm going way too fast. The pressure. We're almost there. If we beef this, we die. Along with everybody.
Reduce throttle to idle.
I did.
Now focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. There you go. Now, apply the brakes to slow down and bring the aircraft to a stop.
That worked. That worked. I said that worked. Stop.
Not perfect, but it'll work.
Okay. Yeah, that one was deserved.
Keep in mind that approaching the runway at the
Who the hell
right
are you?
speed is key to a good landing.
I don't know who that was. That was the supervisor. Downwind. Follow a traffic pattern. Oh, I see. Oh, interesting. I tried to do something like this the other day when I was testing things out. And I'm like, "Oh, that's what it wants me to do. You have to like get into an actual traffic pattern to be able to hit the runway properly."
Okay, we're currently flying on the downwind leg at the standard traffic pattern altitude of 6,000 feet. It's a flight path parallel to the landing runway, but in the opposite direction. In the downwind leg, you want to start preparing for landing. That means setting your speed and flaps configuration. Reduce speed to 80 knots. Maintain constant altitude and heading.
Okay.
The flaps provide extra lift when flying slowly, allowing us to land at a lower airspeed. This makes landing smoother and shorter.
Oh, you're...
Go ahead and extend 10 degrees of flaps while maintaining current altitude.
Where the... There's the flaps. 10 degrees of flaps, you said.
As you fly past the end of the runway, continue until you see it at a 45-degree angle behind you. That's your cue to turn left onto the base leg.
1 second. Sorry, I was working on the flaps. So very busy with the flaps. So, like, when do I start? I already did the flaps. Leave me alone about the
Turn left
flaps.
onto the base leg.
It still wants me to look at the flaps. I don't want anything to do with the flaps. I don't know where the base leg is. Where's the airport? There we go. Probably if we followed the actual checkpoint, we would know where we're going.
Try to maintain 1400 RPM. Your speed should be holding at approximately 65 knots. Turn left
It's...
onto final.
Woo!
Keep an eye on the runway as you prepare for your final turn.
No, you got it, Daddy. I'm not
Keep
there
a
yet, though.
stabilized approach and prepare for landing.
Uh-huh. Let's turn the speed down a tiny bit. C's get degrees, baby. We're doing this. Let's have some Landon music. I need to turn way down. We're approaching too hot.
Apply the brakes and stop the plane.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I hope he didn't see the first landing. I should probably turn the throttle off, huh? Ooh, that was a hard hit. Will this plane ever stop? Yeah, we're gonna need new struts for that landing, I think.
That was all right. A little more practice will help your accuracy, though.
The hell it was alright. Dude, we slammed into the runway. How'd I get more points for that than completing the left bit? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. You nuts. Take your first solo flight. Oh, we're gonna take our first solo flight? Oh, I'm down. We're gonna do a proper flight over Sedona. Where do we want to fly to tomorrow, Kitty? Tomorrow we'll do some, or not? Yeah, it will be tomorrow, won't it? We'll do some fun flying. Not learning flying.
All right, your first solo flight. I'll be on the radio if you need me, but I don't think you will. Your objective is to complete Sedona's left-hand traffic pattern on your own. Remember our previous lessons, and you should be fine. Best of luck. Wings up.
So we gotta stay on the ground until we hit a certain... That's how we do it. That's how we get off the ground really awkwardly. Excellent. Let's hit the outside view. There we go. See, not so bad at all. I'm sure that in real life, this is way easier. What are you whining about? I don't know what AOA means. Oh. Meanwhile, inside the cockpit, hell is happening. There we go. Do I need to turn my sensitivity even more down? I might have to. I've always preferred a much lower sensitivity than I think the developers were intending. This might be one of those games where that's needed. Like to just crank down the sensitivity. I'm not sure why they intended for controllers to just... I don't know. Maybe it's just my fingers aren't built for that. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. Also, maybe the engine's up too high. Maybe that's why it's a little hard to control. I do want to keep it 60 airspeed, don't I? Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how pilots keep up with any of this. Alright, so there's that. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. We want to do this half. Maybe I'll finish this first solo flight and then we can go do like a flying around somewhere. Maybe we'll fly to Epcot. Maybe we'll fly to MCO from Epcot from MCO. I think I'm a little low for the end of the crosswing leg. So what's the point? Oh, I see. That was the entrance of the downwind leg. We were supposed to enter in there and exit down there, and that keeps the airway free from other planes. I betcha. I betcha. I gotta say, I gave it some crap, but I really think they made the right choice with Sedona being the option for learning how to fly. I am going to take a quick look at the controls here. Take a look at the controller. Take a look at sensitivity. Oh God, I don't want controller, camera. Is there a sensitivity here? No. It's just this. Ugh. Those are gross. I don't like those. Never mind. There's probably an easier option somewhere, but ask if I can say where that is. Sedona is a beautiful area, but you look at it and it is wildly not populated, like very sparse. That actually might be kind of a fun idea. I just had a thought. What if we do, like, we need to do a aerial survey of like all this, like a bunch of towns. I don't know. I keep having this idea. Whoa. I keep having this idea of like exploring Florida, and maybe that's what we need to do. We need to go explore the different towns of Florida. I got a list. I know where they are. Kinda. Also, I need to be way up there, don't I? I think the cruising altitude is what, 6,000 inside of the legs? I don't know, but whatever it is, I'm apparently not there because the end of the downwind leg is way up there and I'm way down here. I'm down here with all the mountains and it wants me to... There we go. Oh, we're fine. You shut up. You're as bad as the car. I think we're going to do it. If the OWA alarm doesn't shut up, I think we're going to make it. Also, we should probably start slowing down. Like, a lot. So there's the airport. Let's crank the engine way down. You like to see Fort Lauderdale in a few places on the coast? I'm down. Maybe that's what I need to do, Kitty. I'll incorporate that somehow. I'm not sure how to make that happen. Men are 4 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That has to be a corollary, like a correlation without causation sort of thing. Alright, let's drop the engine. Coming in hot. We came in really hot, but other than that, I think that was a successful trip. I think we did pretty well on that one. It would be nice if I actually had some sound on that. There we go. We stop.
I suggest a little more practice.
I suggest you eat my ass. C's get degrees, bitch. C's get degrees, bitch. What was wrong? What was wrong with my takeoff? My takeoff was fine. Well, maybe it wasn't. I don't really remember. You get the same number of numbers of car crashes, and they blame it on testosterone affecting judgment. I think that has to be a data issue. I don't want to do any of the rest of this. What do you say we do a flight? Let's take... I think we did a lot of learning. We learned how to fly. We learned how to take off from a runway. Let's go ahead. Switch into world map. Oh god, it's going to be a night flight. Are there any runways leading over Key West? There's a Key West airport, isn't there? There is. And our arrival is going to be, who cares? Sedona, sure. I'd just like to take off and get in the air, if that's cool with you, video game. I wonder if it's going to be a problem since I don't choose to interact with the... I'm not interacting with the Let's Players, with the role players who are doing actual IFR simulations. So I wonder if that's going to be an issue.
Cessna 466 ready at runway 4 north departure.
Is it going to be a problem if I can't see shit? Also, okay, let's move the AFR here. Oh wow, what plane am I in? What plane am I in? I am unclear. Also, why did you pick the curse thing for your avatar? What do you mean? Oh. I don't know. It seemed fun. It seemed silly. Let's take a look at the weather here. Let's not do it in real time.
Cessna 466 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
There we go. In fact, let's do a sunrise flight. Oh my god, look at this shit. Oh my god, look at this shit. Let's do a little later. Perfect. We don't want live weather. How about just 100% lightning? I don't know what any of this does.
Cessna 466 acknowledge last transmission.
Cessna's not paying attention to you. Overcast. No thanks. Few clouds? There we go. I mean, it's kind of blocking the sunrise, but you know, sometimes you deal with that. So where are we going here? Let's take a look. We'll actually do a proper flight next time, maybe. We'll see. I'm going to think about it. Let's take a look at the VFR. Oh, God. I'm just...
Cessna 466.
Yeah, sure. What?
Navy Key Tower, Cessna 466 frequency change.
I just need to have, like, the AI take care of all this. There we go. So I'm just flying over a bunch of islands now. Where do I want to go? I want to go wherever this is. This really is pretty. Where should we actually... To focus on the nearest airport, landmark, or place of interest, plus L, B, and A. We just came from there. Like, what we need to do... Look at this. You want to go down and see this actual... I've seen some people... Oh, the airspeed's fine.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
There. Was that so bad? Calm down. Turn down the engine a little bit so Grandma doesn't get upset in the cockpit. Jesus, I just wanted to get a little lower. There we go. So we need to think. What do we want to see? Also, am I able to lift the landing gear? What do we want to see when we actually do some flying? What do we want to go see some landmarks? I'll take ideas for later if we have any. Kitty said she wants to see Fort Lauderdale. Where are we from Fort Lauderdale? Probably nowhere close, but we could do Fort Lauderdale tomorrow. What's around Fort Lauderdale? Could we do like that whole section of coast? I could ask the devil. Sorry, you asked me not to call it that. I could ask El Diablo. Like, I'm gonna take my my whatever the hell this kind of plane is, and do a trip to Fort Lauderdale and see what they have, what's available. What are some other interesting things I could go see? What is this place down here? This is what cracks me up about Florida. You give Floridians a patch of land, big enough to hold a house, they're going to plop down a community. There's going to be a terrible community. Think I can make it under that bridge? Like, no, right? There's no way. That's a dam. Is that a dam? I'm not fully clear on what's happening there, but I'm pretty sure my plane wouldn't be able to make it under that bridge. We could go to Perry. And by Perry, I mean Paris. Also, I'll actually set up the radio for next time. I feel like I learned, you know, it sounds, you know, like cope, but I feel like I actually did learn quite a bit in the in the flight lessons. Pears. I eat pears now. Shit like that. Shout out to all the pears. Where even are we? What is that? That's the kind of shit I want to see. Like, what is this out here? Like, what is that thing down there? There's like a bunch of stuff out here, out on different patches of land. This is that's. Oh, you're fine. Like, what is that? What could that possibly be? That looks like, you know, in Spore. You know, in Spore, when you get to the civilization stage, it kind of looks like that. No, that kitty. But that's not the right button. Oh god, what did I do? Control F12. That's what I wanted to push. Look at that kitty. How are you feeling, Lloyd? How was your Saturday? Was your Saturday everything you hoped it would be? You know what would be really fun? Going up like the coast and doing some I say fun. I say fun with massive air quotes. You know what would be really fun is going up the coast and doing some like doing some island hopping, like going down and like traveling like through the mangroves down here and doing some island hopping. That would be actually kind of fun. You woke up at 1 and took a nap at 4? Well, you must have needed the rest. So it means you got some good sleep then. That's important. I don't know what Summerland Key Cove is. Look at this sprawling hellscape community that they dumped onto an island out here. Like, what could possibly be out here? It's hard to tell because some of this is obviously generated by computer and it's not 100% real to life. Imagine being a 67-year-old retired fisherman and having your great-grandson trying to connect with you, having to play this game called web fishing, and 5 seconds in you're asked one of fraught fishing rods by a bright pink cat. That's a good grandpa. He wants to connect with his grandkids, even in terrible femboy fishing. So how exactly would I land properly at the airport? I think I would need to contact Tower, right? Like the request flight following nearest airport list. Like, how do I get back to the airport? Key West, Boca Chica Field. Request full stop
Navy
landing.
Key Tower, Cessna 46616 miles east, 500 feet to land.
Cessna 466 Navy Key Tower. Altimeter 29.902, wind 276 at 4. Make straight in runway 26.
Acknowledge pattern entry instructions.
Make straight in runway 26, Cessna 466.
Excellent. So I need to go this way, and it will tell me how... It will tell me exactly how to do this? Okay. Alright, so if I do this, it will show me exactly what I need to do.
Navy Key Tower, Cessna 466, is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport.
Cessna 466 airport is 12 o'clock 15 miles.
That's actually a really cool feature. What is with the touch and go? Follow instructions to enter the traffic pattern. I did. Didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did that. So we took ourselves a nice little island hop down here in the Keys. Where exactly are we? Let's take a look at the old VFR map. Okay. So we are just... Are we actually landing at Key West? Like international? Oh, we're going to land at the Key West airport. Interesting. Touch and go is a maneuver where you set your wheels down on the runway and lift off again without stopping. I've heard the term with paramotoring, with paragliding. It seems, and maybe I'm displaying my ignorance here, it seems silly to do that. Oh, maybe it's to maybe it's for training purposes. Like, why would you do that? Let's speed up a little bit. Like with the paramotor, it's one thing because you could do a touch and go on like one of these islands down here. Have plenty of runway, air quotes, to take off again. This is a full-fledged plane requesting a touch and go from the Key West International Airport. Touch and go is training and for emergency. Well, I can't stop and length the runway. Let's lift off and try again. I guess it makes sense that if you were wanting to practice, that sort of thing, especially. Although it kind of feels weird to do it at a main airport, but then again, why wouldn't you? You'd want to do it somewhere where you could be familiar with the, like if you were going to be training at a particular airport, you would want to train there. So that's what I'll do tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to do another day of flights. I am not going to do any more of the training. That is way more in-depth than I would like to be. But I would like to do some actual flights, so I will think about what I would like to do tomorrow. Like, would the going to the Grand Canyon be fun? Would going to Paris be fun? It would be interesting to see like the Central Florida area, see like the Epcot and stuff. See like the Epcot Center. Also, my encoding had just got overloaded. I wonder how many times that's flashed up on screen. I haven't dropped more than like 50 frames. What if I do something really crazy like this? Whoa, 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 whoa. Interesting. Most airplanes, if you run out of runway, will tip onto the nose once the wheels hit the grass and dirt, and that's a lot of air. Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely. You don't want to do... That is no good. Also, I'm a little high. Let's drop some altitude real fast.
Cessna 466, wind 276 at 4. Clear to land runway 26.
Clear to land runway 26, Cessna 466.
I should just request the airport direction again. It's like, thanks for the runway. Where are you again? We can see you, Cessna. It's kind of nice. I like that you're able to see other people. Like, I know that there's another person down there at the Key West International Airport. And I think that's special. I see the runway. This just in, I see the runway. Reduce speed to 80 knots. I'm trying, buddy. How do I raise my flaps? Landing assistance is active. Is it? It shouldn't be. To deactivate this feature, press that. I don't... I don't know how to deactivate it. Whatever. It's fine. Probably should just let it do it. Not a big deal. I just want to land at the runway.
500.
Feels a little weird to have a runway at the other end of a like in the water. Like if you don't make it, you're just going splashdown, right? Like you're just going in the drink if you don't make it to this runway. Steady. Not sure why there's a gross breathing happening in the back of the runway.
Cessna 466 exit runway enable.
How do I do that? Cessna.
Cessna 466 contact ground on 121.7.
Cessna, our boss wants to talk to you.
121.7 Cessna 466. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Ground services.
Navy Key Ground Cessna 466 requesting pushback.
This is how we turn in the Navy.
No pushback tug is available to answer your request.
Oh God, we're on the air. We're in the air again. I just need to know where to land.
Cessna 466, you are not cleared to take off.
You're not cleared to suck me.
Don't sing. 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 Don't sing.
Don't sink. Don't you assist me.
Don't sing.
Cessna 466, you are not cleared to take off.
Oh, I have the AI help. We're not clear to take off my ass. What's not clear to take off on? That was stupid. Alright. Need to go to bed. Tomorrow. Encoding overloaded my ass. Get out of here. tomorrow we'll do some actual flying to some actual proper places. I'll have like an actual list and stuff. But yeah, the actual training is a bit much. But we'll do some fun flying tomorrow. We'll do some partying. You don't turn on it. Listen, I don't need no sass. I'm going to bed. Have a good night. Bye.
Thanks for your time. Have a good day.